So the top of the bucket is pretty, the side of the bucket is pretty, but what really matters is the bottom of the bucket, because we like those fat bottom buckets like you wouldn't believe, baby. If you zoom in closely at your front cutting edge, when we did the top look, you saw how much longer this was. This is like one of your most critical components on a bucket. We had a full inch of NM400 wear plate steel more on the front than the kitty cat one did. And it's even more apparent now when it's upside down how much more you're getting. Here you can see how much thicker it is on my bucket here versus here. Look how thin this is for the cat, the kitty cat. The bottom wear plate in and of itself is greater than an inch. Can you zoom in, Jimmy? Now you come on over here for the kitty cat, and it's like, holy cow, that's not even an inch thick. I wanted to use used buckets just because sometimes you'll start to see where they cave in. You know, they're always getting caved in here and here because guys like to pack down even though they're not supposed to, and that smashes buckets in. Their wear plates are horizontal, which is nice, but you can already see on this bucket, this came off a machine with 1,000 hours on it. You can already see where it's getting caved in here and caved in here a little bit. And when it's like that, what happens? The material gets caught in your horizontals. And this is your weakest part of the bucket right here. And this is really thin. This drives me crazy because this is where it's going to wear out first. So when we got together with engineering and manufacturing, I said, I want something beefy. What can we do to save the bottom of these buckets? Because nobody likes buying buckets. They're expensive. You know, nobody takes care of them. Nobody pays attention to them. What we did is not only did we make this bottom plate thicker, but we took a wear part and made it go vertical with the direction of the digging. So the material doesn't get caught. It doesn't wear down. We still have the wear plates going horizontally. And no, our wear plates go a lot further back on the bucket. And we put a picking eye. I mean, this isn't a serious picking eye, but it's handy if you've got a plate tamper to pick up out of the back of your pickup truck and put it on the job site. That'll do you good. We took the wear plates back significantly further than they did, and having this here follow the edge, and it's actually kind of tapered like this. We've actually got additional material filled in here, so our buckets are lasting significantly longer than the quote-unquote premium brand. Thinner, doesn't go back as far, no picking eye. You can actually tell that somebody has been using a chain to pick their plate tampers out. Just a couple little things that we've done to make our bucket a little bit better. On the 30,000 pound excavator bucket on up, we can demonstrate an advantage. But when we get down to like the 308, 80 class and down bucket, there's no comparison whatsoever in the quality of our buckets versus the competition. I'm going to bring you over here. This is the bucket we put on a Bobcat E88, Cat 308, Komatsu PC88. They all use 50 millimeter pins. Their linkages are all kind of interchangeable. If you say, hey, why do you have some diesel buckets, some cat buckets? Well, I buy a lot of used equipment. I buy and sell it. A lot of times when you buy a used cat, it comes with a cat bucket. But this size and down, the 80 class machine and down is where our buckets really shine. And we sell a ton of smaller excavators. Not only is our side plate steel thicker, that versus that, no wear strips on the side, wear strip on the side, welded side cutters, a spot for welded side cutters, bigger teeth the teeth that we use, again, these are the J series Caterpillars. You've got your model number, your tooth size is on the tooth here. It's a 1U3252. These, I can't quite see what size tooth was on there, but we use bigger teeth, bigger shanks. Can you zoom in real quick, Jimmy? Look, I got 4 inches wide tooth and shank versus 3 inches wide tooth and shank. The lip here, a full hand length of lip. Here, holy cow. Again, you're getting shorted about 2 inches of wear plate on the front of your bucket cutting edge. Side cutters, side plates, way thicker. Welded on side cutters. No side plate protection. The bottom of the bucket, that's where the business happens, baby. Well, that kind of shows you how much heavier this bucket was than that. Holy crap, I think I just threw my back out again. That was dumb of me. Whew. Look at how much thicker the bottom is. These wear pads, again, we took the vertical wear strip thought process, put them along here, very thick. Far up the bucket, I'm out of breath. Oh, I need to get on the treadmill more often, I guess. Here you can see again, they probably stop 1 or 2 wear pads sooner than we do. Nothing in the corners. You can, again, if you could, depending on the camera angle, it's starting to cave in right here. This is like a real weak spot of the bucket because they like to dig and then smash down. I mean, it's hard to justify paying 2 to 3 times more for less. And then when you buy a bucket for me, guess what? You get your pins for free. We don't charge extra for the pins. Get a quote from them. They're going to want extra $300 or $400 for the pins. It's unbelievable. Let me see if the tag is still on here. And a lot of times they say, you know, build America with an American product, but I'll tell you what, man, this tag is can't quite read. But you'd be surprised how many times you'd see made in China on something like that. Look at the emissions label. Look at the serial number tag. Sadly, we are not building America with American products. They might have an American name on them, but they're hardly American. And then as we go further down the line into the mini excavators, it gets even more and more apparent how much beefier our diesel buckets are, what the value is. Here is a alternative branded ditch cleaning bucket. Again, I don't throw out buckets. It's just, you know, they are what they are. They just kind of linger around. But I don't know if you can see the 3-letter word there. Look at this bucket. Look how thin that steel is. How crazy is that? Now look at this bucket here. I mean, I've never seen a diesel bucket get ripped up like this one. I guarantee you this one costs twice as much. Drives me crazy. You know, I'll pay more for a good product, but don't charge me more for less product. Here's a couple of the competitors' digging buckets. These yellow ones, these are the 50 class, Cat 305. What else do we have? Bobcat E50s. Yeah, right around in there. Again, look at thick. Look at the thickness. There's no comparison. No side cutters. Bottom. I mean, you're dealing with a totally different league of bucket here. Look at the cutting edge. Look how thin and skimpy that is. This is already starting to come apart in the edges. That's why we put these plates here, to prevent what's going on there. no extra charge for pins and bushings. How can you beat it? Question I get asked a lot is, why do I paint my buckets yellow, blue, orange, green? If you've got a large fleet of excavators, you know how frustrating it is when somebody picks up the Bobcat E35 with the E50 buckets. So we still have errors. I did see a blue bucket and a purple bucket bin, so there are a couple people that are still colorblind, but it just makes it so much easier for organization if we paint our buckets by what size machine they fit on. Is it perfect? No, but it helps us out tremendously. If you want to buy buckets in bulk, if you're another rental house or a dealer that's not picky about what brand bucket goes on your excavator, we'll paint them whatever color you want. Standard from the factory, we bring them in black, but when I bring them in for my rental fleet and my inventory, I have the things drenched in yellow, blue, orange, green, just because it just makes it so much easier for organization and screw ups. Like another thing I was seeing happen continuously is we would send out like a Hitachi 135 with, you know, the one bucket that was on the machine would obviously fit, and then the second bucket would have fit like a Hitachi ZX210 or a John Deere 210. And, you know, we haul it off 2 hours to a job site. The next day, the guy calls us up screaming and hollering at us, "Hey, you sent me the wrong bucket for the second bucket doesn't fit, you bum." And then we put somebody in a car and they drive off for an hour. Yeah, so that was part of the reason. Organization, fewer errors, but you're welcome to get the buckets painted in any color you'd like. I just do these colors for my own self personally to keep things organized neatly. And that is my story. This is Adam Clark. I own Clark Equipment, and we've basically given you guys the Pepsi challenge. If you want to come down here and tap buckets and tap sweepsters with me and see in person why one thing is better than another thing, you know, just because it says Nike on the side or Apple or Cat does not necessarily mean it's the best all the time. But we carry a lot of different brands, a lot of different makes, a lot of different models. There's a seat for everyone's butt here. But if you want to save some money, be productive, be happier in the long run, come on down and I'll show you what the best value is on the market. And you can spend that money that you're saving on buckets or sweepsters on a four-wheeler, a motorcycle, whatever you need. Thank you very much and have a good day.